Everybody wants to know what I'm on. What am I on? I'm on my bike, busting my ass 6 hours a day. What are you on?
So here we have a press conference with Michael Rasmussen. Now this guy admitted to 10 years of steroid abuse. I think he's on steroids. He's on steroids for 10 years. Obviously cyclists, swimmers, runners, soccer players, tennis players take lower dosages of steroids than the average bodybuilder guy in the gym. But they're all the top, they take steroids because they fucking work and they help you recover faster. Listen to Michael and his anti-doping stance.
A sport that I dearly love, and it's harming the Tour de France and the ASO. I want to make absolutely clear that I've had out-of-competition tests prior to the Tour de France, and up until this morning I've had 14 anti-doping tests during the Tour, and all the results are negative. And I do support my team and our sponsor Rabobank in a fight against doping and a clean sport. And now I will let our lawyer, Mr. Knife, explain the technicalities of the situation.
Now you got to understand that Michael, all elite athletes, not all elite athletes, but all big fucking hitters out there, are basically pawns for their team or their sponsorship, like Nike or Adidas or whatever. They're paid to fucking win, and if you won't do what it takes to win at a big level, fucking world stage, big level, important races, Olympic gold medals, etc., World Cup soccer. If you won't do the drugs it takes to perform at the top, then they'll fucking find someone else who can. Because the sponsors want fucking championships. They want fucking champs. They want winners, man. They want nice people. They want fucking winners at all costs. And if you get caught, they'll fuck you off. Like, eventually Michael Rasmussen, he didn't get caught. He just owned up. And said, yep, I've been on the gear for a long time. And so let's cut to Marion Jones.
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today on such short notice. To begin, I wanted the world to have an opportunity to hear from me, not from my lawyers, not from unnamed sources, and not from unsubstantiated leaks, but from me, so that you can get a good idea of how I'm feeling, ask me questions, and hear what I truly believe at this moment in time about USADA and its ongoing examination of me. I have been patient. I have been cooperative, and I have done all I can do to provide USADA with information that I have knowledge of, because I believe in a drug-free sport and having a drug-free Olympic team. Throughout all of this, I have maintained my sincere belief that if the process is fair, that in the end the truth would prevail and my name would be cleared. However, the events of the last several weeks have led me more in sadness than in anger to the conclusion that USADA is not engaged in a fair process. Let's all review the facts. I have never, ever failed a drug test. I have taken over 160 drug tests. I have taken tests before, during, and after the 2000 Olympics, and have never failed a test.
And that, my friends, is why drug testing is a fucking joke. People say, they do tests. If you get caught with drugs, you're a fucking idiot. Because drug tests are so fucking easy to pass if you've got a little bit of intellect. Alright? So it's about having the good doctor. You want to have a good fucking team doctor. That's why Team Sky brought in Dr. Gert Linders from Rabobank. And then they're like, oh shit, hang on. Quick, get rid of Gert because he got busted. You want to have a good doctor, alright? You want to have fucking athletes that are willing to work with a good doctor. You got a good doctor, you're going to win. You're going to fucking win. You're going to fucking kill it. Alright, let's hear more from Marion.
USADA has no information that shows that I have ever failed a test, because simply I have never failed a test.
She's not lying. She's never failed a drug test. Neither has Paula Radcliffe, Michael Johnson, Michael Jordan, Messi, Ronaldo. Never failed a drug test, which means sweet fuck all.
And no information exists anywhere to even suggest that I have ever failed a test. I have truthfully answered every question asked of me under oath by the government and the federal grand jury during the Balco investigation. I took the extraordinary step of asking for this grand jury testimony to be made public to assist USADA in its examination and its efforts to get to the truth. I truthfully answered every question asked of me by USADA during the 3-hour May 24th meeting, a meeting that took place only because I asked for the meeting. I made publicly available the Balco information that USADA presented to me and questioned me about, and I have demonstrated that the information had no connection to me. There exists no one who can truthfully testify that I have ever used performance-enhancing drugs simply for the reason that I never have.
If you're going to lie, fucking lie big.
Despite all of its leaks and rumor mongering, USADA has yet to produce a single shred of credible information against me. These are the facts. I have done all that I can do. I should have been cleared a long time ago. Instead, the only thing USADA appears to be doing is trying to secretly change the standards of proof and the process that applies in these types of matters in the middle of the game so they can achieve the USADA desired result. I feel like I was asked to run the 100 meters, and after the race, they told me that I didn't win because my form was bad. Let me be clear. I am more than happy to answer every question, but I am not going to engage in USADA's secret kangaroo court. I will answer USADA's questions in a public forum that will be open for the entire world to see, hear, and evaluate. For the third time, I will answer all the questions USADA is asking of me. However, this time I will not answer them in secret and behind closed doors. I will answer them in public, in the light of day, so the world can hear the questions, hear my responses, see the information, and see for themselves that I am telling the truth. USADA can ask, and I can answer these questions before the United States Senate, which has shown interest in this matter, or some other public forum modeled after a judicial proceeding. The truth is my friend, and transparency my ally in this matter. And this is why I want this process to be as transparent, open, and fair as possible so that everyone can see for themselves what I've been saying all along. That I have never, ever used performance-enhancing drugs, and that I have accomplished what I have accomplished because of my God-given abilities and hard work.
If in doubt, throw God in the mix. Throw God in the mix. All the God Bible bashers will love you. Oh, it's a God follower. Must be telling the truth.
I want to compete. I will compete, but more importantly, I want to retain my most treasured attribute, my reputation. Thank you very much, and I will now take your questions. Yes. Yes.
One dead giveaway with steroids, especially in power athletes, is their dosages are high enough. They get the man jaw, like the Jillian Michaels, what's her name, Susanna. You get the man jaw going on. Some of the Aussie swimmers, the American swimmers, get the man jaw going on. Michelle Bridges, staunch jaw. That's definitely yeah. Shows what else is going on. That was a denial. Now let's have a look at Marion Jones admitting after she got caught. She's like, "Yep, I fucked up." So you start to see how the game is played. Deny everything. And then if you do get caught, oh, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, write a book about it and cash in. Just keep making money off drugs, man. Become a champion with drugs, no worries. Get busted, do, Oprah, do Time, do the media, get the money from that, and then write a book about, I just took it once, back in 1998 or something, just a little bit, and just keep the go rolling. It's the entertainment industry, people. You can't critique these athletes too much, because you love watching them fucking smash it. I love watching them smash it, and they do what it takes to smash it. So you can't be too harsh on them, all right? You want fucking champions.
And so it
Don't
is
be too
with
harsh.
a great amount of shame. And so it is with a great amount of shame that I stand before you and tell you that I have betrayed your trust. I want all of you to know that today I pled guilty to 2 counts of making false statements to federal agents. Making these false statements to federal agents was an incredibly stupid thing for me to do. And I am responsible fully for my actions. I have no one to blame but myself for what I have done. To you, my fans, including my young supporters, I want you to know that I have been dishonest. And you have the right to be angry with me. I have let them down, I have let my country down, and I have let myself down. I recognize that by saying that I'm deeply sorry, it might not be enough and sufficient to address the pain and the hurt that I've caused you. Therefore, I want to ask for your forgiveness for my actions, and I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
So there you go, there you have it. Remember Roger Bannister, the guy who wrote the 4-Minute Mile? He was a med student, and his coach, one of his main coach advisors, was Franz Stampfel, who was considered probably the grandfather of sports doping. So the guy who wrote the 4-Minute Mile, his coach advisor was like the grandfather of sports doping, considered like a genius of sports doping. And one of Franz also worked in Australia, AIS and stuff like that. And he was working with Dean Capobianco. When Capobianco got busted, Franz said, deny everything. Fucking let the fans believe in their fairy tales. Deny fucking everything. Even if they catch with a syringe in your arm, fucking deny it. So that's what it's about. Deny. If you do get busted, ask for forgiveness. That's just the world, man, we live in. So Paula Radcliffe beating the EPO runners, claiming she's natural, she's a staunch anti-doping promoter, whatever. That means sweet fuck all, in my opinion. And again, it's Hollywood on the athletics track, in the soccer field, in the UFC. People want to see fucking champions. They want to see they buy tickets at the fucking Olympics because they want to fucking see a World Cup winner. They want to see a world record smash. They want to see the gold medals. You buy tickets to see dopers. That's fucking period. That's it. So athletes, yeah, they're responsible for it at the top, but also the fans, we expect it of them. So there's a lot of pressure. There's just a lot of bullshit in this world we live in, man. Fucking 100 kids died from starvation from the length of this video. Every 2 or 3, 10 seconds, a kid dies from starvation. It's a fucking cutthroat world. Don't be surprised when you find out your champions, your name of names, the greats, were just hardcore drug addicts. Because 100%, they fucking are. Anyone saying otherwise, you know what I'm thinking.
And he's successful, and he leads the Tour de France, and he possibly wins the Tour de France. Do you know what they say? They say, it's impossible. So he must be doing something. We only have one thing to hide, and that's our hard work. To think that I'm going to come back into sport and risk my life with performance-enhancing drugs is crazy. Why would I take that risk? I have everything I need. I have money, I have contracts, I have a family, I have my family's name. Do you think I want my son to go to high school in 2012 and somebody to say, oh, Luke Armstrong, your dad got busted?
Right now, on the record, for all of America, the world to hear, have you ever used performance-enhancing drugs?
Of course not. Never. Not once. Cycling has been criminalized and singled out.
Lance Armstrong fights back aggressively against doping accusations. But behind his public denials, teammates say Armstrong and others are engaged in an elaborate and risky system to avoid drug testers. One rider says he helps Armstrong narrowly escape a positive drug test at a 2000 race in Spain.
George Hincapie, Lance Armstrong's right-hand man, actually texted to warn Lance that there were drug testers at the hotel.
According to Hincapie, Armstrong has testosterone in his system and drops out of the race to avoid being tested.
The team ran the program to ensure that they never tested positive by getting advance notice of the test, dropping out of races when they knew that they were hot and would test positive.
Tyler tells a story about a tester comes to the door and he knows that if he gives a sample that he's going to get to test positive. So he and his wife both literally hit the deck and hide and pretend no one's home, and the tester leaves. But that's how simple it is to evade a test. Just pretend you're not home.